Hi, this is Janet Wakeland with RemarkablyCreated.com and the Remarkable Stampers. In today's edition of My Digital Studio Monday, I'm going to talk to you about using My Digital Studio in your card making. Now that it has a price of just $20, it is the perfect tool for your card making. Priced competitively with any single stamp set where you would only get a limited number of images, with My Digital Studio, you're going to have tons and tons of stamp brushes that have greetings in them. You're going to have the ability to create your own custom versus using our color tools, your fonts and things like that. And then of course you have the ability to manipulate the stamps by adjusting their sizing, rotating them, coloring them, and things like that. And so now you're going to have the amazing ability to match papers that you have and just do some really pretty cards with verses and specific greetings that maybe you don't want to have to own as a stamp set. And of course in My Digital Studio, things never retire. They're always available to you. When working with My Digital Studio for card making and creating verses, you have a couple of different ways of working with it. First, you can come up and you can open a new project and you can create a custom project. If you know the exact size that you want that greeting to be when it's layered on your card, if you know you want it to be 2 by 4, you would type in 2 and then you would type in 4 and then you would hit create project and then you would create your custom size. So that's one of the options that you have. One of the ways that I like to work with greetings when I'm working with them is I like to come under new project and I like to create a card front, and I like to pick either 4 1/4 landscape or 4 1/4 portrait depending on again how I want it to look on the card as a finished project, and I like to work from there, and many times I work them with my own printer to do that. And a couple of reasons why I like to work with it that way. I can keep a couple of different images across the bottom, just simply inserting a page and working. And then if I print from My Digital Studio, I'll come down here and hit the word print. No, I don't want to save that. I want to show them some options. So here you can see the option on the front. You'll see the image here. If I wanted to print it right now, it shows that it would print as 4 1/4 by 5 1/2 because I started with the card front. But I can also customize it. Now, one of the things that may happen, depending on your greeting, it may distort it though. And so you want to be careful about that. So let's do 3.5 by 4.5. Let's just make it a little bit. Let's see what happens here. So you can see that it may distort it or squeeze it together just a little bit, but you can do a custom size from here. And actually then I want to scale to fit. And if I scale to fit, then it's not distorted. Okay, so if you're going to adjust the custom size here of what you created on your screen, then you want to use the custom feature here. And what's nice though, by doing it as a card front and then customizing it, it gives you more range and flexibility. You just didn't start with a custom size, okay? In addition, let's leave that custom size. You have the option, depending on what is on your screen, of adding more than one image, so you're not wasting cardstock. And cardstock is less than 1/4 of a sheet, and it really is not any more expensive to use your ink. It's a relatively inexpensive way to add a greeting. A lot of people think that, oh, it's so expensive running ink through your printer, and it really is not if you price it out. And so here I've got 4 greetings on a sheet of white cardstock is how I would print that. And just hit print and off I go. Okay. Another way for me, I have an Epson printer and I am lucky with some of the features of that Epson printer. And let me just find an image here for us to look at. Let's use this bunny image for just a second. When I click on, oops, that's not what I wanted to do. Sorry about that. Let's minimize it. It is a cute bunny. But I just want to simply click on print. My Epson printer will right away give me options. And so now I can print 2 of that image. Number of copies, 2. Come on, populate. There you go. So I can have 2 of that image. I can, have 2 5 by 7, so it gives me some choices. So if I'm doing a lot of Christmas cards, this would be an easy way for me to go. And I know that then that image could be 9 wallets as well. If you're a demonstrator teaching classes with hybrid projects, this is a great way as well to do that. So now I have 9 greetings. This is the one that I use a lot, the wallet size version of the greetings. And it just scales down the greeting that I created in My Digital Studio. So let's bring My Digital Studio back up and let's look at some of these greetings that I created. This one here is a version of Subway Art, all around mom, getting ready for Mother's Day projects. I simply went into my global feature and I typed the word mother in. And I just let it populate the list. And as you can see here, we have Mother's Day, we have different verses, and I just went ahead and started kind of scrolling down through trying to find ones that I liked. And I would just hit insert, and then after I had a couple on here, then I just started to play with them, resizing them, and kind of just moving them around till I had a look that I liked. When I'm first creating my verse or my greeting, I always just leave all of the images black until I have them laid out so I'm not distracted by the actual color. I'm simply just looking at the words and the way that they fit together. So I did that, and then I would go back in and color them, depending on what's going on. The other greeting that you saw on a card today, this one, I went ahead and I die cut the framelit, the apothecary label framelit, and then I measured the opening and knew that it was approximately about 4 inches, about 5 inches high, and I knew that it was about 2.5 inches wide that I wanted to create a greeting. So I brought this verse in, and then I just sized it by pulling it out on the corner, and then I recolored it. So I was able to make a very large version of that greeting to fit in the opening that I created with the framelit. So that worked great for me. Another one of the projects on the blog today that you saw is the kind of subway looking art card. I wanted to have a greeting in gray to match the gray paper and kind of that monochromatic tones that I had going on the card. And so again, it's just a single greeting that I pulled in. This one I did rotate so that when it printed out, it was landscape. Again, because I already had this open and I just was able to do it. Friends, this one I did the exact same way as the mom. I went ahead and I just typed in the word friend, and I just let the list become populated again with either the word friend, things from kits that have the word friend in it, and then I just started to pull to the surface images just like that. So I could just, pull a couple in, and then I just started to stretch them. This one here is actually, if you can see me highlight, that's a stamp brush. Kindred Spirits is a stamp brush. My Very Best Friend is a stamp brush. And then the Happiest is a stamp brush. And then I used the coloring tool to color that there just like that. So hopefully you've got some ideas and some inspiration for using My Digital Studio now in your card making. Again, at just $20, it's less expensive than some of our greeting stamps, which are, again, limited by just the number of stamps that are in the box. And with My Digital Studio, you're not limited by the box. There's new downloads every week. There's lots of variation and versions and options. And, of course, you have the ability to create a text box and create your own. If you're a little leery of digital digital creating at all or digital crafting at all, I'm always available to help no matter where you live with technology today. As you see, even this online kind of training that you're watching at the moment, I can help you learn My Digital Studio. If you happen to live in the area of Pennsylvania, I can work with you one-on-one and help you in person at my place or your place. So I hope you take advantage of our new $20 pricing and try My Digital Studio out for your card making. Have a great day, and God bless.